Now, the next topic, that is median. Median is that value of the variable which divides the group into two equal parts. One part comprising all the values greater than and the other all values less than the median. So basically median is the basically all the three measures of central tendency divides the data into two parts, but median is the most accurate measure of central tendency which divides the data exactly into two equal parts. Okay, now again, as I have already told you, there are two kinds of data in the calculation. First is ungrouped, second one is grouped. Firstly, we will discuss about the ungrouped data. So firstly, in the ungrouped data, there are some steps to calculate the median. First is we have to arrange all the variables in ascending or descending order. After that, you have to apply the formula that is called n plus 1 divided by 2. And here is the number of observations. So just like in the ungrouped data as well, there are two cases. First for the odd observations, second for the even observations. Odd observations are whatever observations or whatever the values of x are given in the question. Firstly, you have to count all the values. If the count is even, that is a case of even observation. If the count is odd, that is the case of odd observations. So here as you can see, the count and number of observation is 15. So it is a case of odd observations. Firstly, we will arrange all the data in ascending or descending. So I have arranged it in the ascending order. After that, you have to apply the formula here. N is equal to 15. So 15 plus 1 divided by 2. Now, there is this third step as well. Whenever you are applying the formula and whatever number you are getting, that number is not the answer. That is the term. Just like 15 plus 1 divided by 2. That is 16 divided by 2. Then we will get the number 8. Now 8 is not the median. 8 is the term. Okay, the third step is whatever term you are getting by applying the formula, you have to find it in the data set. So after getting the number 8, 8 is a term. So eighth term in the data set is 24. So 24 is the median. Okay, so there are three steps. Firstly, arrange the data in ascending or descending. Second, apply the formula. After applying the formula, you have to get the number. Then you have to find the number of term which you are getting in the data set. So that number in the data set, that is median. Okay, for the even observations, again you have to arrange the data in ascending or descending order. After arranging, so as you can see in the question that the n is 10, so number of observations are 10 here. Again, second one is also same, that you have to apply the formula. After applying the formula, now for the even observations, you will always get the answer in the decimal form. Just like here you are getting 5.5th term, so you will always get the answer in the decimal. Okay, after getting the answer in the decimal, so 5.5th term is not available in the data set. Okay, so then you have to check that basically in which two natural number this decimal term will come, like 5.5, so it will definitely come in between 5 to 6. So we will add both the two terms, fifth term plus sixth term, and divide it by 2. After adding all the two terms and divide it by 2, then you will get your median. Okay, so whenever you are doing any question where observations are even, so there is this another step, that you have to add all the two terms in which the decimal number is coming. Okay, after that you will get your answer. In the grouped data, basically the median, the question will be given in the form of class intervals and frequencies. So in the continuous data, the formula is m is equal to L plus n by 2 minus PCF divided by f whole multiplied by I. Now, what are these notations mean? So basically, L stands for lower limit of median class. N stands for sum of the frequency or the number of observations. PCF is preceding cumulative frequency. F is frequency of median class, and I is the difference between upper limit and lower limit. So basically there are steps to calculate median as well. Firstly, we have to calculate cumulative frequencies. In the graphical representations, we have already discussed how will you get the cumulative frequency. So you just have to add all the frequencies series wise. Then we have to determine the median class by using n by 2. So whatever number of observations like the frequencies, firstly we have to add all the frequencies in the grouped data, that is called number of observations. We have just have to add all the frequencies. So dividing that addition by 2, so you will get the value of n by 2. After that we have to apply the formula. Now let's see a question. So here there is a question given in the form of class intervals and frequency. So wages in rupees and number of workers. Firstly, we have to calculate cumulative frequency. So in your right hand side, I've already given a table where wages in rupees are given, that is class interval, number of workers, that is frequency is also given. Then I have calculated the cumulative frequency. Now, how do I get the cumulative frequency? So I have written the first frequency as it is, that is 22. Next, I have added 22 plus 38, which is second frequency. So I am getting the second cumulative frequency. After that, I am adding the second cumulative frequency and the third frequency, that is 60 plus 46, and I am getting 106. This is how you are going to add on the frequencies. After that, the sum of the total frequencies are 161. Okay, that is your number of observations, also known as n. So n here is 161. Then we have to calculate n by 2. So 161 divided by 2, which is 80.5. Now I have to check the value of n by 2 in the CF column, that if the number is available in the CF column or not. So as I can see, 80.5 is not given in the CF column. If the number n by 2 is not available in the CF, then you have to check the number just greater than that number. So here 80.5 is not available, but the number just greater than 80.5 in the CF column is 106. So I have highlighted that particular row. That row is called your median class. With the help of this median class, we will solve our question. Now, if not, then check the number just greater than the value of n by 2 and consider it as median class. So basically, I have already highlighted the row which is median class. Now, L is the lower limit of median class, which is 20. F is the frequency of median class, that is 46. PCF is the preceding cumulative frequency. So basically the cumulative frequency just previous than the highlighted row. So highlighted row was 106, right? So before that the CF is 60. So 60 is your PCF. Then I is the difference between class intervals, that is 10. Then n, number of frequencies, also number of observation is 161. After getting all the values, you just have to apply the formula and put all the values in the formula. So you are getting 24.456, which is your median. Next is applications of median. So basically, first application is income distribution. The median is often used to measure income distribution in a population. This is because income data is often skewed by a small number of very high incomes, making the mean misleading. The median provides a more accurate representation of the typical income of a population. Consumer behavior. The median is used to analyze consumer behavior and preferences. For example, marketers can use the median to determine the typical spending of the customers on a particular product. Real estate pricing. The median price of a property is used to determine the average value at which properties are being sold. This helps both buyers and sellers to make informed decisions. Dividing a group. The median can be used to divide a group even in half. For example, you might learn that half of your customers spend over a certain amount and half spend less. Identifying outliers. The median is unaffected by extreme outliers or non-symmetric distributions of scores. In contrast, the mean and mode can vary in skewed distribution. Next one is mode. Now, the word mode is formed from the French word la mode, which means in fashion. According to Dr. A. L. Bowley, the value of the graded quantity in a statistical group at which the numbers registered are most numerous is called the mode, or the position of greatest density, or the predominant value. According to other statisticians, the value of the variable which occurs most frequently in the distribution is called mode. The mode of a distribution is the value around the items tends to be most heavily concentrated. It may be regarded as the most typical value of the series. Mode is the value that appears most frequency in a series. It is a value of the item around which frequencies are most densely concentrated. So whenever you are getting a data set and the values are repeating, so the value which is repeating the highest time, that is called mode. In the class intervals, or I can say in the grouped data where class interval and frequencies are given, so the class interval which is having highest frequency, that is called mode. So basically for the ungrouped data there is no formula. The value which is repeating most or more times, that is your mode. Just like for example, here the size of shoes and the frequency is given. So there are different kind of size and then the frequency. So here the largest frequency is 3, right? And the size of the shoes is 6. So 6 is your mode. Okay, so the number which is having highest frequency, that is called your mode. Now for the grouped data, again there's a formula just like median, that is L plus F1 minus F naught divided by 2 F1 minus F naught minus F2 and whole multiplied by I. So F1 is the frequency of the model class. F naught is the frequency of the class preceding the model class. F2 is the frequency of the class succeeding the model class. H is the size of the class interval, or I can say the difference between class intervals. And L is the lower limit of model class. Just like median class, we are having a model class. Okay, which is model class. So model class, the class interval which is having the highest frequency. Okay, then F1, which is the frequency of model class, basically the largest frequency. Then F naught is the frequency just before the model class, and F2 is the frequency just after the model class. Now let's see a question. Here the class interval and the frequency are already given. Okay, now as we can see, the highest frequency is 72. So 72 is your F1. Then the preceding number 36 is your F naught, and the succeeding number 51 is your F2. Now the highest frequency is your model class, and L is the lower limit of model class. So the lower limit of model class is 21, and the difference between class interval is 7. As you can see, whatever question we are solving, the difference between class intervals are already same, right? And the class interval first, the ending of first class interval is the number which is starting the with the second class interval. So the numbers should be same. Like for in the first class interval, if it is ending with 7, the next class interval should be started from 7. Okay, now, after getting all the values, just apply the formula, and after solving it, you will get your mode, that is 25.42. Next is applications. So, applications are, first is identifying most common category. The mode can help find the most common group or category in a data set. For example, in a company with sporadic sales, the mode can help identifying the most frequent product price or range. Find most popular product. The mode can help identifying the most popular products, services, or features that customers prefer. Identifying anomalies. In quality control, the mode can help identifying anomalies, or I can say defect, in the manufacturing or production process. Identifying trends. The mode can help identifying trends in the market by providing a repetitive pattern. Summarizing categorical variables. The mode can be used to summarize categorical variables, while the mean and median can only be calculated for numerical variables. Now, there are some merits and demerits of mean, mode, and median. But before that, I want to tell you the relation between mean, mode, and median. So, what is the mathematical relation? That is, mode is equal to 3 into median minus 2 into mean. So, if a question is like this, where mode, mean, and median values are already given, or I can say two values are already given and it is asking that find the third value, that is for mode. So you can easily find out by this relation. After that, we will see some merits and demerits of mean, mode, and median. So basically, firstly, mean. And the merits of mean are, firstly, arithmetic mean rigidly defined by algebraic formula. Second is, it is easy to calculate and is simple arithmetic to understand. It is based on all observations of the given data. It is capable of being treated mathematically, hence it is widely used in statistical analysis. For every kind of data, mean can be calculated. Now, demerits. It can neither be determined by inspection or by graphical location. Arithmetic mean cannot be computed for qualitative data, like data on intelligence, honesty, or I can say smoking habits. So these kind of qualitative data cannot be calculated by arithmetic mean. It is too much affected by extreme observations, and hence it is not adequately represent data consisting of some extreme points. Arithmetic mean cannot be computed when class intervals have open ends. If any one of the data is missing, then mean cannot be calculated. Now, the merits of median. In many situations, the median can be located simply by inspection. It is not affected by the extreme values, that is the largest and the smallest values, because it is a positional average and not dependent on magnitude. Median is the best measure of central tendency when we deal with qualitative data where ranking is preferred instead of measurement or counting. It can be calculated even if the values of the extremes are not known. However, the number of items should be known. Its value can be determined or represented graphically with the help of ogive curves, whereas it is not possible in case of an arithmetic mean. Now, there are some demerits as well. Since the median is an average position, arranging the data in ascending or descending order of magnitude is time consuming in case of a large number of observations. It is not depending on all the observations, so it cannot be considered as their good representatives. In case there is a big variation between the data, it will not be able to represent the data. It is affected by fluctuations in sampling, and this effect is more than that in the case of an arithmetic mean. It is positional average, so further algebraic treatment is not possible. For example, we cannot compute the combined median of two groups of data. Now, the merits of mode. Everyone understands the concept of majority since mode is based on this concept. It is easy to understand. It is not affected by extreme values of the given data. We can find mode even in case of open-ended frequency distributions. It can be used to describe quantitative as well as qualitative data. For example, in the surveys, it is used to measure taste and preferences of people for a particular brand of the commodity. Now, demerits. The value of mode is not based on each and every item of the series, as it considers only the highest concentration of frequencies. Some distributions can be bimodal, trimodal, or multimodal. There are two methods of determining mode: inspection method and grouping method. We may not get the same value of mode by the two methods, so it is not rigidly defined. Mode is affected by sampling fluctuations to a great extent. Since it is not based on all the observations and not rigidly defined, it is not suitable for further algebraic treatment. Thank you.